everyone! Hello everyone! Welcome to today's City Crit. I'm your Dungeon Master Harna, and joining me are some little cold boys and or girl. Let's start off with the tallest of our group and work our way down to our shortest king and or queen.
Tallest is in real life?
Again, these are always subjective and up to you guys to decide.
Every time you ask a qualifying question, and every time he says, leave it up to you. We never learn.
I don't know how...
Let's go characters, I want to go
I was going to say, I don't know how tall I am. I'd like to specify that I don't know how tall my character is. I'm aware of my own height.
Well, I'm 7 foot tall, so I think I'm probably the tallest.
In real life? Wait, you're not...
No, real life I'm 6'1".
In real life, Vil is 7 foot tall.
7 foot tall, 500 pounds. Anyway, my name is Sword, and I play Bahagor, the white dragonborn fighter warlock. Likes to drink milk. He misgenders people quite often, and he thinks everyone is ugly and male.
He doesn't do it in like a all-right way, though. He just genuinely doesn't know.
Every time he sees like an ugly or very old or ugly woman, he just thinks he's a man.
No, every time you see a woman full stop, you think they're a man.
Look at the man over there.
Wishful thinking, clearly.
You call Scratch a man, are you implying that she is ugly and sugar?
Or old.
I mean, she's very muscly. Yeah, so yeah, that's Bahagor for you. But he's a nice guy. He's a nice dragonborn.
I think I'm the next tallest. Hi, I'm George. I play Malice Zavir, the drow cleric, who is not a great person, but she's trying on and off. She has not been mistaken as a man by Bahagor, but she did strip off to get in the like Yeti hot tub, so maybe that helped.
Oh yeah, I sure forgot about that. So did Bahagor, by the way.
And I'll pass it on to our next shortest member.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm playing Scratch, our 5'5", 18 strength druid.
Hench.
Yep.
Fucking hench.
Her carrying capacity is greater when she's in a human form than she's a bear, which is pretty funny. Yeah, and she likes to arm wrestle and can chug a lot of beer in one sitting. And I'll pass the word on to our short king who saved our lives. The shortest of kings.
Bodger the party saver. He's working out a few potential nicknames. Yeah, I'm Rob. I play Bodger, who is a halfling monk. And what he lacks in height, he makes up for in a lack of humility of actually saving the entire party's arse a couple of sessions ago. It's fine. It's no big deal. It's cool. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Most humble halfling.
That's what we call him.
Bodger the Humble. I mean, it's better than Bahagor the tit drinker, you know?
That's also we call him.
Milk drinker.
Or Malice the slave.
The milk
Hey,
sucker.
I don't own any slaves currently. That you know of.
We all find out you're actually the slaves.
Bahagor is literally the goat sucker.
Yeah,
Yeah, we went over this.
Chupacabra.
They're the Chupacabra, yeah.
I'm too sober for this.
Yeah, no.
I had a shot of absinthe before the session. I'm too sober for
Where
this.
we last left off.
Yeah, remind me what happened last time.
Oh, sorry. I think that's not female goat. That is.
Yeah, that's not.
I like to think that whenever you guys are like doing this recap, it's legitimately. Do you remember the sequel to The Lion King, where like Timon and Pumbaa are like in the theater and like they're just like rambling over the fucking movie? It's just that. Like we're like getting rid of the epic like starting shot, like 5 silhouettes pop up, just all of you lot being fucking crazy, and a goat's there.
We had a little nap in a castle, and then we were like, right, let's get on the road. We got on the road. We went to go get that shipment back. The shipment had been taken by some goblins.
Very friendly.
We followed the goblins. They were like, this is fucking ours. And we were like, what if it wasn't? What if we just like gave you some shit for it? Malice was like, kill these fuckers. Scratch was also kind of on board with kill these fuckers because they were being mean to their bears. But we did not
Might
kill
be
those
some-
fuckers. We traded with them, got the shipment, headed to the next town. The next town was like, we've got this fucking goblin problem. We were like, we saw that guy who's a murderer. We were like, oh yeah, that's probably the murderer guy. We were like, let's poke around in their shit. So we sent in Scratch as a weasel. We did not think through a weasel clambering over shit with like 6 dogs tied to it.
18 dogs.
Okay, with like
18 dogs.
That's like at least 6 dogs. They were all like, oh my fucking god, squirrel. The people came out, they were like, it's nothing. We tried it again, they were like, oh my fucking god, squirrel, a second time, and they were like, okay, we'll guard this shit. And we were like, never mind, I guess we'll prove he's a murderer another way.
And for initiative. No.
No. We just want to have a little chat.
I mean, I got Zone of Truth the second we sleep. Or we might have slept, I don't know if we slept.
I believe
Well, I
we
think
left
it's
off
to your
you guys
side.
still on the fucking pier, and Scratch has just done a
Scorpion.
runner as a weasel.
Mm-hmm.
Scratch, weasel scratch.
Yeah, Scratch would probably just loop back towards the pier and shapeshift back into human form at some point. Wait, could she do a stealth check to try and sneak up behind the party and just
Sure.
like, turn into human form behind them?
Sure.
Alright, double.
Are you doing this where the party are? Because they are like within visual distance of the fucking thing.
Yeah, well,
but-
she try to hide through the snow and just like,
Okay.
walk around them
Sure.
for funsies. One sec, because weasel. That's +5 to stealth. Neat. I'll roll d20 here. That is a 12. Fuck me.
12, sure. I'll just see how perceptive the old guards are being. Because she did leave 2 posted out there to oversee it after the second in a row harassment of the dogs. Whatever's stirring them up. I did say that they're within view.
I forgot.
Recap that they left people out there. This is why we do a recap. Luckily, they've no bonus, but there is 2 of them, so we'll. So one of the guards, Scratch, you think did spot you shifting from something or just appearing behind your allies, and you see he like does a little double take, and then smacks the other one and like points in you guys' direction.
You also fail to surprise Malice. She's got a passive perception of like 18.
Oh shit! I think they may have saw me. Fuck. Can we? Could we like, I don't know, act like I've been here the whole time? Please, thank you.
Or we could just, meet like a tree and get the fuck out of here.
They're
Well, that
staying
would
in the
even
same
work.
place as us, aren't they? Oh no, we're
No,
not staying there
no.
yet.
That would look even more suspicious, though.
Aren't we staying somewhere else? Aren't we staying at Three Flags Sailing?
I will
Or
double
is-
check. I
Sounds
think you were
cool.
staying in the Luskan Arms, which there were these guys are staying. But I will double check. Targos,
I mean,
Targos.
it's not a crime, right? Turning into a weasel? That's not illegal here.
Prove it. Prove I've been a weasel.
I don't think these people will care. Actually, no, I'll say that in character. Are you saying that in character?
Yeah.
Nice. Fair enough. Like, I don't think that these people are going to care about the law so much. They might be the law.
Yeah, so the Luskan Arms is the inn, so you guys are staying, and that's where you got the rooms organized by Gareth's husband.
I'm just saying, they
Garrett,
can't exactly
not Gareth, fuck.
prove that she
Targos got
was
me
the
doing
same person poking around that shit, even if she was a weasel.
Well, let's just act.
There could be a
like-
ton of weasel people running around. Scratch,
Let's
how
just
common are
act
weasel
like-
people?
Not very common. Let's just act that they're crazy. Let's gaslight them into. Gaslight is that the term, right? Like when you convince somebody that they are thinking something else.
Scratch. You can't just be making up words. That's insane.
No, I believe that is
Gaslight. No.
I believe that's actually a drow thing. I believe there's a family with the motto gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
No, it'll be oil lamp.
Wow.
Oil lamp, keep girl boss. I don't think natural gas is a super used resource in the Forgotten Realms.
So tell me that wouldn't be a drow motto.
That's probably a drama.
That can be your families if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's oil lamp them. You know, that's the term, right? When you, I don't know. I heard it somewhere when I was trading pelts. I was offering them from a lower for a higher price, and the shop owner accused me of trying to oil lamp them.
Oh, right.
I thought lamping someone was when you just like smacked them around the
Smacked
head.
him with a lamp, yeah.
Well, anyway, let's just try and casually walk past them back to our rooms.
Yep.
What if the lady goes and speak to the dogs again?
I mean, they're dogs.
What if the dogs
18
can,
of them
smell you?
Exactly.
Scratch.
I mean, every time you change shape, there's like change of smells, just the way you look.
Would Scratch know this?
I can make a, I guess, call it like a wisdom check. Like that's how much you know about your druidic abilities.
How do you smell when you change?
I'll go like close to her. I mean,
I would be
kind of smell Weasley to me.
That's a 15 plus a D, or is a 15 enough?
Yeah, 50 enough. You would know that you take on physical aspects of the new form, so you would also lose your original
You
scent.
smell
you know?
like weasel.
There are probably stories of druids who, like turn into like reindeer and ride along with the herds up here, like among the reindeer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that my scent changes as well. You know, my whole physical form does.
The longer we stick around here, the more suspicious we look. Let's just go back inside.
Let's just go.
You guys just walk on past.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's go.
totally
Sure.
cash.
They just kind of watch you go inside. Don't make any effort to say anything to you. Just let you go.
And Scratch inside them as she passes if they have.
Sure.
That would go easy. Can Bodger as well?
Sure.
23.
Nice.
Scratch? Nah, you got away with it. You got away with it, Scratch. Nothing to worry about. Bodger, they like take you in a little bit, acknowledge it. Luckily, they all know you guys because you came up and bought them drinks and shit before, so they are pretty familiar with all your phases. But yeah, they definitely take note of you. They don't like, whisper anything to each other or do anything directly, but yeah, they're definitely, making a point to remember you.
I think once we're inside and either out of earshot or...
Whenever you come inside, the rest of Torg's crew, which is the other 3 individuals and Torg herself and Torgus herself, are all kind of around that same table, finishing up the rest of their drinks. There's 6 in total. 2 of them are
What's
outside,
the
4 of them are
time?
inside. It is, at the moment, 9 p.m.
Shall we head to bed?
Yeah, Bodger will be like, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Why don't we go upstairs and figure out a plan for tomorrow?
That sounds
And
good.
get an early night.
I'm pretty tired, pulling that iron to all that iron to the sled took a bit.
Yeah, tired. Sorry, I wasn't much help.
I'm not sure how much you could help, no offense. So, it's fine.
Right. And yeah, Bodger will head up to the room.
Sure.
Yep, same.
I'll go upstairs as well.
Yeah, I think you got a couple of rooms from helping out Garrett and his family. So yeah, they you got a couple of rooms kind of among yourselves. You don't have the biggest room, which seems to be reserved for the town speaker here, who you are yet to have meet, I believe. But yeah, you bed down for the night, or you just gonna lock your door and sleep soundly?
Yes.
We'll probably Is it one big room that we've got?
You could
For the
all
five of us.
pile into a big room before if you requested it. I'm sure they could accommodate for that.
Or we could just go into one room, talk, and then split off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, it's like twin rooms.
Cool. I couldn't remember if we'd sort of specifically got 2-2s or 1-4.
I'm going to let you know that if
we
we ever have to get 1-4, Malice will let her displeasure be known many times.
Let's go for 2-2s because Bodger's praying for the day that he ends up not paired with Bahagor for a 2-2.
Yeah.
But today,
come here, buddy. It's me and you again.
You know, alright.
Ladies and
but
lads.
How about, right, we just all go into one while we... Bodger's just going to kind of check his shoulder, see if anybody's watching us head up. Like, I think we need to have a little chat about what we're going to do because they were giving us a bit of stink eye on the way in, you know.
they were.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it. Well,
I'm pretty sure they must have clocked you or at least thought there was something going on. You know, they didn't stop us, so they might not have seen properly.
Or maybe just wait for opportunity.
let's go here.
Do
Like maybe when we're asleep.
I agree with Bodger. Maybe we should get a room all together.
I mean, we're kind of stuck with these two now. They are free. Be a bit cheated. Or, I mean, I can curl up pretty much anywhere.
I mean, can you just
know?
take shifts and we'll take shifts in our own rooms?
Right, but
It would
What
exhaust
if-
you, potentially.
unless we were going to have like a big lie-in, I need my sleep and so does he.
How about if just someone?
Why do
just
you
kinda-
races just need to lay there for so long? You're doing exactly the same things I'm doing.
But maybe it's because we spend more of our day thinking than you do
You just
about stuff like morality.
You
and
spend
what
half your
people we
life
should
laid
meet.
down and you only live like 20 years anyway.
What are you fucking talking about, right? My people live almost half as long as your people.
Exactly. And you spend half of it asleep.
Right,
What
we might spend half of it laying down, but it's not all asleep. And I'll tell you, right, some of my favourite times in my life have been from laying down. So just, we should go into a room and talk about this. Not this, like specifically.
How about
Also-
if someone just grabs a chair and then stay outside and keep an eye on both rims?
I mean, that looks a
And
little
take turns.
suspicious.
Yeah, it does. No, look, as they walk into the room, Scratch would, suggest, like, I can conjure up animal companion who can keep watch a small one, like a spider. And he can, crawl under the door and alert us if something goes wrong.
Spider, wake me up.
Tap, 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 tap,
He
tap,
like
tap.
climbs in your mouth and dies.
Guy fucking stings in your eye,
God.
bites your
I mean-
eye off,
That's one way to wake up, to be fair.
it bites your tongue.
I'm pretty sure that I could, like, fall asleep in a little cubby hole. Maybe even hide in Bakwar's cold weather clothes, if I needed to. If only they
You
didn't
choke.
stink. I
think-
know.
Hey,
Your rooms do
I
have like
shower.
locks and stuff on them, like,
every
but they
week.
are key turn locks.
It's more
Or-
like...
How about, right, we lock them, we leave the keys on the inside, and we dangle something really loud from the inside that's going to wake us up if the key's knocked out, because you can't open it without knocking the key through.
Oh,
That's a
Sure.
good point.
we can do that. Do you have anything loud that we can use?
Do we have any bells?
I've got back, or he's fucking...
I mean, I snore very loud.
Don't we all
dog.
have a mess kit? Aren't those usually made of metal?
Quite difficult
that
to
could work.
affix a mess kit to a key unless you had some twine or something, some kind of string or rope.
I'm going to balance one of my daggers
Yep. Cool.
between the key and the thing, and I'm going to put my drum under there. It's a pretty hardy drum. Seen a lot of salt water it has. And then the dagger will fall, go boom, and then fall on the floor, like 2 or 3 different noises.
Yeah, that'll definitely work.
What are you going to do? You two.
That's a very good question. Looking through my backpack.
How about, right, if I don't know if it's gonna work, but maybe I can get one of just to secure the door. I can get one of my nets and some of the pitons. Just nail.
I mean, I could just prop my lyre up against the door. If it falls,
Yeah.
it's probably gonna make some level of racket.
maybe just nail my nets around the door. I don't
like
know,
I can
just to
play
make
it
it harder for
anyway.
them.
I can also hang my sickle, and she produces like a decently large sickle. I can just hang it off the key, and if it falls out, it falls to the ground. and climbs.
Is Scratch's sickle like a farming sickle as well?
Well, it's like more like do you know Asterix and Obelix, like the small
Yeah.
sickles they use for cutting flowers like that. It does 1d4 damage.
Like a dagger, but a sickle.
I
Yeah,
just
it's
need to be
like
reminded what Obelix and Obelix's sickles look like. I can't remember if they're
the
like
small one.
farmer sickles or not.
The one that the druid has, like the small one.
It's a golden sickle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'll see that TV show in a very long time.
Oh no! Just remember, I had some equipment as well. I took to sell, so I'm just gonna change that to gold. I had 2 long bows and I had 6.
I have an image. I can send it to the chat.
Ah, I got it there. Yeah, that's basically just a farmer sickle, but stylized. Yeah, so it's kind of funny because like you just pull out like basically a farmer sickle, effectively, in an area which has been like plagued by snow for so long that like there's nothing growing here that could be
Exactly, so there was a
farmed.
lot of people selling their sickles.
Yeah, sickles
at
are
one
useless
point.
now.
It wasn't the starting equipment. Shut up.
Just a funny acquisition. Yeah, just like it's an interesting tidbit. Yeah, sickle is definitely from the grab your torch and pitchforks kind of like.
Yeah, well, yeah, I bought it of a farmer whose field frozen over when the snows came, and he didn't have much use for it.
Oh, crazy farmer Jim. He swore he could grow onions up here.
They never saw him again after that day.
It's pretty good for scraping of moss. I'm pretty sure he moved somewhere to not Charlton. That would be crazy. No, to Luskin.
Maybe he moved to Chult. He was crazy. He's farming those jungles now.
Sugarcane. But yeah. So yeah, she'd hang the farming sickle of the key afterwards, like, if it
Sure.
falls out.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys set your traps and then bed down to rest. Hoping to get a full night's sleep with your traps backing you up and protecting you. Yeah, you are not awoken by any clanging or banging or any strange stalling noises during the night. You seem to be left to your own devices. Eventually morning comes. Malice, you wake up.
4 hours before everyone else does.
Yes, when you wake up, Malice, it is still like probably 2 a.m. That's assuming you don't go to maybe you don't go to sleep right away.
Yeah, just hang out for a little
Yeah.
bit,
But if you wake up with everyone else is rising around about 6 a.m.
I feel like she always gets up before everyone else, purely as like a flex.
Looking out your windows, there is an extreme fog outside, which is like very, very reduced visibility. It's basically there's no natural light sources. Yeah, it's hard to see kind of what you're up against with the fog.
Can you see if the caravans and the dogs are still outside? Or they're long gone?
It will be peering out for the fog, like with the heavy mist. Yeah, you can see that they're still there.
Yeah, Scratch would probably get up straight here. So yeah, morning, Malice.
Morning.
Slept decently.
Yes.
Oh, good to hear. Also, out of curiosity, any luck with your goddess or being up there, like with any guidance? Because you didn't, you mentioned that's a thing that you're looking for. Good. Figured that check.
No. But she's never spoken to me, so I guess that's not weird.
Have you tried communing with her, perhaps?
Yes, we were supposed to every morning. I've not been recently. I assumed doing everything I was doing, I'd maybe gather some attention, but...
Or maybe try doing more of a there's communion and communion, ritual. I do it sometimes when I want to connect with the roots and the nature around me. If you want to, I can show you how I do it. Maybe it could help you out.
It's okay. Most of our rites we're meant to do naked. Honestly, I've just been putting it off because of the cold.
That is fair. Well, anyhow, did we pay for breakfast? I'm not sure, to be honest.
God, it's gonna be more fish, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I got some. I think we gave away all our wolf meat, to be honest. So yeah, probably.
I thought fish was kind of neat when I first came to the surface, and after a while, it just something off about it.
It's not.
Something fishy about it.
A lot of everything starts to taste bad when you eat it all the time.
I'm liking bears, though. Not to eat, just in general. Favorite thing about being up here? Probably the bears.
Well, yeah, but it's pretty fun to turn into them as well, It's pretty neat.
We have deep bears, but honestly, they look more like your family than bears.
Oh, what's a deep bear?
They're kind of white and hairy, and they walk on two legs. They make very good guards. My mother had a couple.
That does sound like my family, but yeah. Strange. Well, I suggest we, get ourselves geared up and head downstairs, see if if the boys are up.
You head downstairs. Looks like as you get down there's not that much of a crowd in here. A few people you don't recognize. A couple you do from Targos group. Looks like not all of them are currently present. There's only maybe about 2 of them here. 2 of the humans. You don't see Sapphic among them. And yeah, they're having like breakfast and just like big piping like hot drinks as well to warm themselves up for their day ahead. Breakfast was not included. Keegan did have some friends, but could only get you had a good. Was friendly with the proprietor, Luskan Arms. So get you free rooms, but couldn't wrangle you bed and breakfast, just beds.
Worth a try.
So, did you say Severick is with them or is not with them?
Severick is currently not with the group.
Okay.
You also know that it is about 6 a.m. and at 7 p.m.-ish tonight, there is a sacrifice to the Frostmaiden planned.
Okay, I wake up and then I go say, first thing I do, I gotta go check the door to see if anyone tried to tamper with the door. Check.
With your own door, you can get a little investigation check, see if anyone attempted anything.
Yeah. Yep.
Would Bodger, given that he's set it up, be able to help with this and sort of point
Yeah,
out?
I'd say so. It's not a very difficult check.
So, advantage?
Yeah, roll again.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's very clear if someone had tried to fiddle with the, like, handle or the key, that dagger would have fallen and, hit the drum. It's pretty likely. Unless both of you slept through it. It's very unlikely, had any, even bothered getting that far. They might have, even tried the lock, saw a key in there and left it. If that would be your biggest assumption. If that was the case, that might be enough to deter someone.
Okay, in that case, I'll kind of open the door quickly, like slowly, have a look outside, see anyone outside.
The drum goes boom, 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 as you, like, knock it over.
Oh, damn, I forgot to undo those ones. Anyway.
Mate.
Oh, sorry. I just put it out there. Is anyone outside? Like try to eavesdrop the conversation or anything now?
See anyone?
Yeah,
Corridor looks empty.
Try to... Huh?
The corridor looks
empty.
empty.
The corridor is empty. Okay, yep. So I kind of close the door again. I go to Bodger's like, all right, so how are we going to prove or disprove if this Severick guy is actually the killer? I mean, I'm kind of out of ideas in here. What do you think, Bodger?
Don't have a fucking clue, mate. Why you don't investigate murders?
Sometimes I just think we should just knock him out and bring him for questioning, and then they can just deal with him there.
Or it's not really our fucking problem, is it? Like, not really.
Man, there's like 2 people being killed, and they think it's this fella here.
Okay, but like, people die all the time in lots of like terrible accidents.
Yeah, we kind of promised we would look into this. Well, at least I did.
You promised.
No, I didn't kind of promise. I said I would look into it, but
Oh.
you know.
What have you got lined up if you do it?
Don't know.
You're gonna get paid?
Hopefully. Or maybe get some kind of reputation with these folks. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go and see the others. Maybe we can think of something. Also, we've got this sacrifice I want to witness to tonight as well.
All right then.
All right, let's go. And as Margot is coming out, he trips over the drums again.
Yep.
God damn it! Get out of the way!
Scratch will look upstairs, hearing the sound of somebody repeatedly tripping over drums. Like, you think that's Bahagora?
God damn it!
Some people are trying to sleep in here. You hear from like one of the adjoining rooms.
It's like one of those like Mr. Bean sort of scenes. It just gets worse every time I try to get it out. It just gets worse and worse.
And Rowan Atkinson, the invisible drum kit right now. But yeah, you head downstairs, meet the rest of your party. If you do want breakfast, it's not too pricey here. It's only 4 copper pieces for breakfast. It is it basically is just like an oat with like hot liquid poured over it to rehydrate them. It has a little bit of sugar in there, a little bit of like oil, maybe a bit of butter to give it a bit of flavor. But it's pretty flavorless. But it is a meal and it will sustain you. No fish.
Breakfast.
I'll get it. I'll have it.
Scratch will buy the oats.
Sure. Cheaper than using rations.
Oats.
But yeah, you look around, you kind of see that a few more of the Targos group eventually come down as well. I'll have a similar breakfast. Some of them pay a bit extra to get some fish added to theirs for a bit of protein. And you see coming in from the outside, wrapped in a big cloak, Torga herself, and with her you see dressed in his sleeveless vest, very fine pompery, walking along as if the cold doesn't bother him in the slightest, Sefik Caltro. And they will both go over to the table of their lads.
Well, that reminds me, we should buy some rations that we traded with the goblins, so that we, don't die of hunger once we leave.
Something to do tonight while we wait for the festivities.
Maybe. I can go buy them since I'm happy to take care of most of our provisions. So, anyone will tag along?
Sure.
Cool. All right, let's finish up and we can head out.
Bod just got like a mouthful of oats, and as he sees us pairing off again, I'm like, fruit. Bark or what are we gonna do then? While the girls are off shopping.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a way of trying to find out if this person if there is a killer or not. I'm trying to find out if the conversation starts.
Right, keep your voice down.
Fucking hell, man. I said that whispering, by the way. Says that whispering.
I have prepared that spell we talked about.
Move the zone. Alright.
How about we we need to get rations, so they sell stuff. Maybe we could just go up to them and then ask if we can go up to the caravan and buy some rations from them, and then maybe can get the Sephiroth guy to come and do the deal with us somehow.
I think
we can just.
Their caravan is too close to the rest of them. We can't just like bop him and take him away like outside. I would say that maybe you can try and keep an eye on him. Try to figure out where he may be today. If he'd be alone, perhaps.
I mean, they're probably not all like murdering together, right? I mean, that feels like a big group.
Probably not, but it's it's still easier to take somebody away when they're alone. It's hard. It's easier to hunt single targets than a pack. So, if you would maybe manage to figure out, tell him a bit, or ask, somehow manage to get out of him where he may be today, so we may wait for him, play a trap.
Or we could, pretend to make friends with him, and then maybe get him drunk, and say, oh, we're going to play a game, and then we do, this spell, but make it part of a game.
No, we're not killing him yet.
Oh.
He might be innocent.
Maybe that's the prize if he loses.
Sure. So your mission is to befriend him?
And then behead him.
Maybe.
No.
I'm not the best at making friends. And I worry... I'll just be Bahagor's minder.
What about... In theory, Bodger, you know a lot about... you know a decent bit about trading, right? You were on a ship.
Yeah.
Maybe, hear me out, you could try and impart some of your knowledge on Bahagor so he has more relatable topics with a caravan trader,
Rather than just going over there and talking about goat milk again.
Yeah,
Well, goat milk is a very interesting subject, excuse me.
Give him some starting topics,
Yeah, I went right social.
Speaking of social gatherings, are we going to that sacrifice tonight?
You sound almost like you're looking forward to it, Malice.
Reminds me of home.
That's true. Maybe we could invite them to come and then can use the festival tonight as a distraction and just take him away from
It's a full
everyone else.
moon, right?
Yep.
Yes.
My family, it had to be on the surface with a surface elf at a full moon, because it's supposed to be a direct affront to Sahanine.
Oh,
but I don't do that anymore.
Also seeing as it's the full moon, isn't it also an ideal time to try commune with your goddess, if you want to do that?
Probably, yeah.
And is that something you'd like to do, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe, but I guess we'll just see how the murdering and everything goes. Not the murdering, the murderer. Maybe the murdering if he turns out to be a murderer.
How many of them are in the table now at the moment? How many of them in total?
At the moment, they're all seem to be present. All 6.
Okay.
Alright, so the plan is to buy rations, look around, and for you to make sure Bahagor doesn't go off topic on goat's milk. And
I don't suppose you want to swap jobs, do you?
I don't know. I'm not.
It's fine.
Come on, I'm a very friendly guy. What could possibly go wrong?
You are a very friendly guy.
list?
Friendly, maybe.
I can be very suggestive as well.
I know. You don't even have eyebrows, and I've noticed that. Still wiggling them, though, aren't you?
What are eyebrows? Hair above my eyes. That's weird. Look how weird it looks on you. What's the purpose of an eyebrow anyway? Makes no sense.
Stops
the purpose of hair makes no sense. Why have hair? Anyway.
Why have hair?
You have loads of hair. Look at you.
To stop the sunburn in the top of your head. Every bipedal race has had it since ever.
Well,
I don't think it has to do directly with the sun, though, because all of our races have hair as well, and most of them.
Maybe you're more like surface elves than you like to think.
They aren't
just like
kin.
Roger knows that's fighting talk.
Well, I mean,
She says kin, but she does not look like she means it.
Or maybe, dragons don't have eyebrows. Dragonborn come from dragons. No eyebrows.
No hair either.
I've never seen a dragon.
Do dragonborns actually come from dragons?
What?
I always assumed they were just lizards who got big and cocky.
Dressing up as dragons, that kind of thing.
Either way, still don't have hair.
You don't even have wings.
Not yet.
Some of us do, but not me, unfortunately. And a very few have tails as well.
Sorry, Scratch. You were trying to say something. It's very loud in here.
I was talking with a bard once over a pint, and he said that the dragonborns were spawned from some fiery affair between a dragon and a bard, and that most dragonborns are descendants of such affairs.
Oh, I've never heard that
is
before.
quite interesting. I've never heard that tale before, but it kind of makes sense. I mean,
Given
You're
what
very
I know
charismatic.
about bards, it would check out.
I heard about a story about a donkey and a dragon, but apparently they were friends with an ogre as well. I don't know. I'm not convinced. It sounds a bit. Like a fairy
I believe
tale
that
to me.
that's copyrighted.
Oh,
Did somebody once tell you?
I mean, they didn't tell me it was them, but they said an ogre told them a story, and I don't know. There is more to it than that. It had layers, like an onion.
Or cake.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyhow.
I think it happened
anyway.
far, far away.
While you're all having this discussion, Torga's group all finish their breakfast and head out.
Well, I would say we should also head out a bit later than them, so it doesn't look like we're tailing.
I guess we can, yeah. I mean, in that case, we're just going to follow them.
And
That's where they're going.
Scratch would finish up and wait for Malice if she's still eating, and be basically ready to head off to
let's head out.
business.
Yeah, by the time you guys finish up, all the sleds and the dogs from Torga's have moved away, but there's a pretty clear trail left behind them in the snow, because there's so many of them. They seem to go north from the Luskan Arms along the coast, along the water's edge, which is all frozen over anyway.
Gotcha.
All right, should he give them a follow? Should he follow them?
Should you give them a follow? Don't forget to like and subscribe to Torga's.
Show us your boy, yo, Cedric.
That goes for all our 6 viewers out there. If you have,
Murdering
It's us.
people, yo.
We're the 6,
Yeah.
it's,
The 5 of us make up 6. That's how math works.
5 of us plus the bot, 6, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a couple of bots.
Hey, Raiden's got is actually a subscriber.
Raiden is a subscriber.
So there.
7 as well. 7, yay, 7. Right. Scratch, you're pretty good at... Hey, Raiden. Scratch, you're pretty good at trailing people. Maybe we can...
I mean, it's not that hard to trail, to be honest. It's 18 dogs.
It's very easy to follow the trail, at least inside
Just
the town.
follow the trail of like 18 sets of paw prints
And
several
sleds,
I
tracks.
mean, if it's snowing heavily, like, the trail
Oh,
can go
speaking
away
of-
very easily.
Scratch, should you do your weather?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
fuck.
right. Scratch will cast.
Heavy snow.
Oh, it's the best bit of the show. Oh, they're actually over this side. Hang on. They were over in Targos today, near Bryn Shander. We got some cold breeze coming in from the south. As always, it's cold as fuck.
You don't need to specify the breeze is cold. We know it's gonna be cold.
Okay, so right now it's 7 a.m. by the time you have your breakfast and set off. It is going to be clear skies for 5 hours. Then at 12 o'clock, a little bit of light cloud coming over before clear skies for several hours all the way through to 9 p.m.
Oh, it's a nice
It's a
day.
beautiful
That's
day.
a nice day, finally.
It's still minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and there's dim natural light from
Quick,
the
let's travel
twilight.
somewhere. We can't waste this nice day in town.
And from 9 p.m. there's a couple hours of light cloud, and then 11 a.m. there's clear skies all the way through to 4 in the morning.
Maybe that sacrifice is working.
And then there's light cloud for an hour, and then it's just overcast, and that takes you up to your 24-hour mark.
All right, okay. That sounds pretty good.
You're not going anywhere.
Well, at least it's nice.
Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles.
So
All right.
so yeah, she will just like look at the today's gonna be clear skies like all day.
Good. That's for a change. Nice weather.
Okay, Bagor. She would like kneel down next to like track. Look, this rectangular track. This is a sled, right? This line. So if you,
Okay.
like,
Well, that one there.
just follow this rectangular thing. Yeah, see it?
What's
Inch deep.
what's that one there?
Are you
those
not a
are done.
guide? Do you not know how to track already?
Me? I'm
Yeah.
not a guide. I'm just beat people up. That's all I do.
I'm a guide. Yeah. So yeah, like
Scratch the guide.
Yeah, just if you see.
I just assumed
this,
anyone who lived here was a guide.
This sled-shaped
Or a
track
goat
is of a
farmer.
sled.
Do something. Or
Yeah, she would like start, casually walking towards it.
Travel
How
north.
about that one? And then just like put some random stick on the floor. How about what's that then? What does that mean there?
What is he pointing at?
A
Some
stick.
Random stick just there. What is that there? Does that mean anything?
That is wormwood. It's actually magical wood found in Icewind Dale. If you keep it.
What is it doing here in the floor?
I don't think you can say. I don't think you can say wormwood. They don't sponsor us.
If you keep it on your person, you will stay warmer. And if you shove it up your ass, you will be even feel even better.
You were lying to me, aren't you?
Jesus Christ.
Do you know what? Let's just follow this bloody trail. Let's go.
Scratch would be deadpan just looking at me.
You follow the route.
Follow Twiggle.
You head north from the Luskan Arms, take a left, take a right, take a left. Kind of making your way over towards the main gate, but taking a bit of a longer route, kind of taking you over so towards where Garrett's house was. However, the trail ends just outside of Triglio, which is the general store. There is a market stand at the area at the front of it, and set up there with all 3 wagons, all tarps removed, happily flogging their wares, you see Targos. Torga Icefiend is there herself, kind of like heading up, and her muscle, there's currently only 2 members of her muscle with her, Sefric being one of them.
Well, you go work your magic, and if anything goes down, just shout loudly. I'll try to hear you.
Okay, I'm not thinking build some kind of conversation with them. Sorry, I said Sefric, Target, who else there?
Sefric, Torga, and one of the others whose names I didn't write down because they were very dumb.
Skrongo.
Skrongo is there.
Skrongo.
Yeah. But yeah, Bahagon, maybe have a chat with Bodger about some mutual topics of traders, so that you have so the conversation doesn't fall off a cliff.
You see,
Don't worry.
you see, kind of looking at the thing. There's a flag flying, bearing her emblem, a golden wolf's paw on a black field. And there is 2 of the sleds have the tarps kind of like folded back, revealing cut wood, flint and tinder, flasks of wheel oil, blankets, furs, rations, bottles of wine, casks of cheap ale, medicines. They're all kind of like goods are unpacked, displayed in crates with little small canopies to keep the snow off them. And there's one sled in the back which seems to have like maybe their own personal supplies. A couple of big larger sacks on that as well, but they're not like presented. They're more kind of just like tucked over to one side. But that might just be their personal rations or personal supplies that like travel around.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I was like, okay, all right, Bodger, let's go. I can start making a chat with them over there. Right. And I kind of just start going there. So, all right, guys, going there. Oh, friends! Oh, look at you here.
Oh, there you go.
Coincidence.
Indeed, good to see you again,
Do you
Neil.
remember me? Bahagor from the tavern over there?
Do indeed.
Last time, huh?
I
Gotta
did.
say, Severin just,
You said you might want to buy some things, and we told you where to find us, and here we go. You found us outside Triglio, just like we said we'd be.
Exactly. Oh,
What a
nice
coincidence.
day. I mean, I know exactly. What a yes, very coincidence. Yes, what a good day. Look at this, clear sky and it's so cold as hell, but it's not bad.
The less snow, the better, I say.
Right. So yeah, we actually after some goods, but
Aye,
not
what
the
you can looking
usual
for?
goods, not the usual goods. First questions. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Do you guys kind of whisper them? Have you got anything like that on the back shelf, like that you don't advertise to people that could be useful for adventures.
Make me a persuasion check.
21.
They're quite bold to be asking such things in town square, but it kind of depends what you're looking for. Some of the medicines that I sell are, if the concentration was high enough, they could be quite poisonous.
Poisons, eh?
I mean, any medicine is a poison if you take too much.
I agree, of course. I had one of my grand-uncles that, passed away from drinking too much.
I've also got potions. You're a Dragonborn. I've got if you're in the market for any delicacies, I have a something in the back there which has a bounty on its head, but I only really need the head. So.
Oh, what would that be? Caught my attention here, my friend.
Come have a look if you want.
Boy, this as well.
She'll move you over towards a the wagon in the back.
Yeah.
Can I insight here?
Yeah.
I've got it just to try and see if this is leading into a trap or something that's not actually illegal. Oh, but yeah, we're going.
Oh, would you have to see that? Let's have a look. Oh, very
check her
interesting.
stats. For no particular reason, just gonna check her stats and roll a dice for no particular reason. That's pretty fine.
That's great.
Checking those
So
stats and rolling that dice.
She seems to have bought into like Bahagor's illicit kind of vibe, and it's pretty open to it regardless. She leads you towards one of the sleds, which is like the one that isn't like really on display, kind of to one side, and she loosens the knot on the top and gently pulls it open very, very slightly just for you to have a little look inside.
Okay. So it's there, is it?
Have a wee look.
Okay.
See if it's to your liking.
Scurry through. I'll scurry through and peek through.
Alright, let me have a quick look.
Little peek. Yeah. There is the frozen corpse. You only really make out the face of a half-elf male in his 30s. Hey, this boy's got a nice wee bounty on his head in Luskan. So, gonna be dropping him back down there. Once we're done selling up here, that's our next stop. Get a wee ship. Head over there.
You're going to Luskan. Hey. To Luskan after here, are you?
Well, we can't keep buying and selling in here. There's nothing really to fucking buy here. You only get to sell in Icewind Dale. You gotta buy somewhere else.
I mean, what did this fella here do anyway to have a bounty in his head?
Just a quick question before that gets answered.
Mm-hmm.
With me having had quite a bit of, like, as a sailor, quite a bit of interaction with Luskan, would I know the kind of thing that somebody would get a bounty put on their head for?
I mean, Luskan are pretty keen on bounties. They kind of like,
Love putting bounties.
It's a lot easier to outsource work whenever you have that kind of expendable income, just to basically get mercenaries to, kind of do the bidding instead of having to worry about the whole guards and trials and tribulations. It's just cheaper to put out a bounty and have it resolve itself in that sense. As for
thing would be half the cost.
Yeah, very much so. It's not very common for Luskan to put out bounties, especially on people who have, committed crimes in Luskan and something like that. And especially on individuals who would have got a bounty normally would flee the area to reduce the chance of getting caught or getting, handed over or killed or whatever it might be that awaits them. So someone hiding out in somewhere like Icewind Dale, it's not an unreasonable leap.
So what did... Okay. If Boyd's not going to say anything about this individual, then I'm just going to go and ask. So what does it do with this fella then? What is the bound on his head for?
Don't really know. Just know that he was on the run. As was seen getting the ship over this way. Looked like, to be honest, it looked like he was maybe trying to turn himself in up at that big fucking prison on the coast. You know the one. What's it called? And Sethik turns to her and goes like, you can make a history check if you want.
16?
16? Yeah, there is a big prison on the north coast of Icewind Dale. Very, very famous. Revel's End.
What's called? What's called?
Revel's End.
Revel's End.
If you've seen the D&D movie, that is Revel's End, where the movie starts.
Oh, really? Okay.
It is in Icewind Dale. It's on the
escape
coast.
from that with Jarnathan.
And I will mark on your wider map the location of Revel's End. In case you ever feel obliged to go there.
Reason. It's a lot of fucking places in Icewind Dale, eh? Jesus Christ.
Have you seen the size of the map?
You wouldn't think you'd want
Yeah.
to build much here, considering how shitty the weather is.
Just zoom out a bit.
I mean,
There's the map,
looks
right?
like it's a very replayable campaign because there's so many fucking
Ah,
places.
it's nearly fucking 95 miles across.
Too many miles.
If you go corner to corner, it's fucking 112 miles.
Wait, how big was Barovia?
Barovia is nowhere near as big. Barovia is probably as big as 10 towns.
Ah.
Like, that's probably Barovia. Like that.
See, the thing is, though, it's a really big map, but it's like Russia, you know? A lot of it is just cold wasteland.
I will tell you as well, for
No
brevity's
offense
sake,
to Russia.
any of
Or maybe offense
the
to Russia.
any of the pings on the map, if you did want to seek out and go to those locations, there is definitely some kind of encounter, quest, mission, God knows what, but there is something
There's
there.
something there. Every time.
Yes, if you were
We're
curious
never gonna
or...
haul ass out there and you're like, nope.
Okay, and what exactly is the value in gold for this fella's bounty?
Wait, you know,
If you don't mind me asking.
make me another persuasion check. I would say this one probably would be disadvantaged, because now you're trying to potentially steal this bounty as far as she's concerned, and she maybe doesn't appreciate that.
Go.
No offense, friend. The fact I've told you that there's a bounty in Luskan is probably enough information already.
Yeah, sorry. I've done some bouncing in my days as well, so it's always good to know what's out there anyway. Besides this fella here, do you have anything else? I mean, information you could give me?
I mean, I've been
Have
traveling
anything-
around a lot here. I don't have anything too crazy. What is it you're kind of looking for? What are you looking for?
Well, two things I'm looking for actually. Obviously, since I met you guys down in the Luskan Arms, I could tell you don't look like any ordinary merchant. So I was just thinking, perhaps you have something, I could maybe negotiate with you. Maybe some kind of magic items or something that you wouldn't sell to anyone, or you wouldn't advertise in particular.
Kind of consider
something
yourselves
for-
adventurers, do you, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Something that adventures ourselves,
The type of people who would, keep magic users in the party, that sort of like.
Exactly, yes.
Druids and
Everything,
such,
ability
eh?
us. Magic
What's a
potions,
druid?
magic items.
What's a druid?
Druid is someone who uses like nature magic and shit.
Would you have anything of those of that for sale in here? Something, under the counter.
I wouldn't have anything super special like that. Most of that stuff I do tend to lose pretty quickly. But if you are chancing your arm, there is, just off to the east from here, truth be told, when I was in East Haven, there was some evil wizard. They tied him to a stake and lit him on fire. Mainly because he apparently tried to hire some people to help him find a buried tower. And then he apparently killed them to keep that location a secret. Someone, before they got knocked off, told me where that tower was. I wouldn't go myself, but maybe it's something you might like to explore?
I'm down for hidden tower. Sounds
I
cool.
mean, if it's a good amount of loot in there, perhaps it'd be interesting to figure out whereabouts is this tower. What's the location?
Well, that would be something you have to grease my palm for, friend. You want to buy
you
information? That's information to buy.
Are you
much
going to
information
sell it?
be?
Or are you looking to maybe trade favors? Like you,
Perhaps,
you
yes.
know, you tell us where that is when we've done something for you, maybe. You know,
Exactly.
make your life easier. You make our life more interesting.
Well, I mean, I've no real major interest of going there myself, but if you are genuinely considering going there, me and the boys come with you, and we could set up nearby, maybe send a couple of us down with you, give you a hand, and I'd say we could probably split the profits of whatever it is that we find. Call it 50-50. There's 4 of you, 6 of us. It's more than fair for you. Plus, we got the dogs, the sleds, the supplies.
Okay,
But
so
you'll be doing the more
say-
dangerous things.
Okay, and you said a couple of your boys with us.
Oh no, we'll all come, but maybe if you'll come, maybe I might send a couple down to keep an eye on you. Depends how dangerous it is, you know. But, you know, best believe that there's, you know, pressure pads and swinging axes or magical traps. You'll be going first.
I see. Maybe, you know, perhaps, obviously, you know, we are a pretty honest group of adventurers, and I would say maybe I can see you're pretty busy. Maybe just a couple of you would be enough to come and help us. Just show us the way, and then we'll do the rest. And then just have a couple of you guys with us, just as a guarantee.
Make a persuasion check.
Maybe this friend here, look, he seems pretty resilient. Look at him. He doesn't ever feel cold. And I point to Cedric. And I'm going to use...
Well, you know, I was born under the month of midwinter.
I'm going to use my lucky for this one.
Yeah, go for it. I was born under midwinter. You don't feel cold if you're born in midwinter.
It's my last one for this until the rest. Okay. Persuasion, yeah?
Yeah.
Come on, Bahagor, do your thing, motherfucker!
Sorry, friend. You can either pay me, and let's call it for all the magical items I'm sure you'll find buried in this lost spire. Let's call it
12,000 gold.
Oh, don't be daft. Call it 60 gold. That's more than reasonable for information.
Okay.
Or take all of us. And maybe you'll find nothing there. And maybe there'll be nothing to split. But, you know, there's probably going to be more than 60 gold for magical items in that wee magical tower.
You know, Bahagor, half of something's better than all or nothing. I reckon we take the help. Plus, I've not got enough gold for that. So...
I've got another question, sorry, about the suggestion spell. If I use a spell that it doesn't have a expiry date, the person just does it what you tell them and that's it, right?
And then the spell ends. The second they complete it, the spell ends.
And do they know they've been
if it is something that probably would have gone against what they normally would do, they definitely might put something together.
You know, Bahagor, why don't we talk to our party members? Because they might have lots more gold, because I gave some to Scratch earlier for, you know, rations and stuff. Well, so
how about if we do this? How about if we do, it said 60 gold. How about if we do 40 gold?
Bahagor, how much did you give for rations to them too? Because we will have done that, wouldn't we? It's like metagame of we would have given Scratch and Malice some gold to go get rations for us, assuming that they're not actually...
I mean, Scratch is pretty good for just spending their money.
Yeah, so Scratch doesn't like Scratch hasn't
because I had gold because
greater concept of money due to her like life and background. She's like, you know,
The Scratch money just left by waiting for you to get, unless you like were like, no, take, unless you were pushing her like, no, I'll pay you for them. And I don't think Scratch would have thought to take money.
Yeah.
If as long as it's not going to leave Scratch like with not enough money to get the rations that we'd want.
No, it's because I remember I just realized I had 2 longbows and I had 6 spears we took from the previous mission, so I could just convert it to gold.
Those. We sold and split those, I'm pretty sure.
Did we?
Or I know Scratch sold the one she was carrying. I'm not sure if Bahagor did the same. I don't know that Scratch sold.
I don't know if Bahagor sold his or not, to be honest. But if he has them in his inventory, then it means he probably hasn't sold them. You get half the price.
I had them now.
Yeah, you get half the price because they're used.
Yeah, there was like 60 odd gold, so I've added it already.
Yep.
So I turned up to them and said, how about if you do it for 40 gold?
Make me a persuasion check. 15. Tell you what, your friend's right. Better something than nothing. The information's there. I'll do it for 40 gold. Can I promise I won't sell it to someone else? No. But I can do it for 40 gold. That being said, how many people are sniffing around looking for magical artifacts here?
I look at Bodger like, Bodger, what do you think? Should I see what I do? Should I speak to the others first?
I mean, if you're covering it, then go for it.
So is someone gonna come then with us, take us to this place, or you just gonna tell us?
If you've got a map, I can mark it on your map, or I can sell you a map if you'd like of Icewind Dale, and then mark it on that for you.
Or, so I suppose, Bahagor, the question comes down to: do you trust this person? Right? And from what you've been telling me, I think that's a yes. Yeah. So I think we go for it, you know, whether we've got a map, or I don't know, or maybe we wait for Scratch to come back, and then
Scratch
is pretty good at like navigating. Yeah.
We're gonna go discuss with our group, and then we'll come back with an answer. But it does sound very, very interesting.
Hey, take your time.
And how long are you saying you're staying here for?
We'll be here at least for this evening, and then we'll be heading off. Probably heading up towards Lonelywood.
You're not staying for the sacrifices that's happening here tonight? Apparently, it's a big thing on the full moon.
Yeah,
I mean, we're staying here tonight. Aye, but
it's like you don't even hear the stuff that's. Is it because you've got different ears to us?
They might have beeswax in them or something, you know.
Probably got goat's milk turned into butter in there. But all right, it's the first one of those things that we've been to. Is there anything that we like need to know? Going into it, you know, do we have to behave a certain way, or should we dress a certain way, or anything?
You mean like of the sacrifice? I don't think there's much dress code. It's more just like show up and watch some poor fucking soul get the shit, you know, of their life ruined. It's a big lottery though. No one really knows exactly who's going. It's kind of like everyone's name's in the pot. They pull one out, poor fucker's dragged up and, you know, normally stripped down and thrown out into the fucking cold to die. Not exactly a big spectacle, but...
Is it only people that like live here? What about visitors? How do they know whose names are in the pot?
Well, I think there must be a census they do, or a little whip round to see who lives here. I don't think I think you'd be alright, be a visitor. I mean, none of us have ever been targeted.
Fair enough. I can see why you keep moving then, I suppose.
I mean, I'm just here to sell my goods and then get the fuck out of this cold place, to be perfectly honest. And then, you know, come back and sell them new again. You can make about a good 200% profit in this place. You'll get desperate for things.
Interesting.
Also, money kind of loses value whenever life is on the line. When we start looking at, you know, trying to burn anything in exchange for gold, the firewood is worth twice the price.
It's quite shrewd business, actually. Never thought about it like that.
Supply and demand. Supply and demand. And not many merchants really want to come up here anymore. It's not very safe.
So do you go like back down south then?
Aye,
where it's
yeah.
not fucking freezing?
Aye, normally every couple of months. Once we sell everything on these wagons, we'll be sleds, we'll be heading back. not too far away, there's a little dwarvish like mining colony on the far side of the spine of the world, where we have our little. We normally store the sleds, swap out the wagons, and then head off down towards Neverwinter or wherever we need to go. You might have heard of Mirabar.
Oh yeah, I've heard about it. It's a bit too inland for my taste. I spent most of my time on the water.
Yeah, sometimes you do get a ship from the north coast. Just kind of depends how close we can get. But with the sea and moving ice, it's a bit of a fucking nightmare getting any ship through that at the minute. And especially there's no real big dock. We've chartered one out of Revel's End once, but fuck, the captain was a prick. It was expensive.
Bodger's just kind of zoning out at this point. He's having Vietnam War middle distance flashbacks to the whole like sea of moving ice is a bastard thing. He's gone very melancholy and not really paying attention for a bit.
And it is. But information's there if you want it. By all means, hop back. If you want anything else or anything special, like I said, there's what's in the bag. I've also got medicines if you want to over-concentrate them or whatever mistake you want to make, by all means. Up to you to decide.
Alright, we'll discuss with our group and we'll come back.
Aye, take your time. Like I say, we'll be here probably until I would, around 6 p.m-ish, give or take. We'll see kind of how the day goes. We'll want to be clear and packed away before the fucking sacrifice kicks off. I don't want my shit getting trampled.
Okay.
So, if you're getting to the point where you're thinking about heading back down south, will you keep an eye out for me, won't you? Because might want a way out of here.
Aye, we travel around a lot, so might be. I tell you what, if I reach a point where whatever's in my fucking wagon could easily be sold for whatever's in one person's coin pouch, I'll try to make an effort to find you. You can buy me out, and I'll take you down as part of that transaction. If you can finish the last few bits of stock, whatever random shite they may be, I'll ferry you back down. Because normally you get stuck with some random shit. Have you ever had remember sometimes in midwinter you would all get those little like dainty chocolates that come in the big box, and there'd always be those fucking coconut ones left, and no one fucking wanted them. It's kind of like that sometimes up here.
I like the coconut ones. It's all we had to eat some days.
Well, maybe you'll have a lot of coconut ones or whatever that equivalent is to buy, and maybe you'll be a big fan.
Or maybe it's like some fad that's kind of died out, like the fidget spinner type things.
I think I knew a carpenter who used to make those.
Yeah, bit weird them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Fun, but weird, and no need for like 10,000 of them.
Nah.
And their guy went bankrupt with a whole ship full of them once. Anyway, alright, cheers for that. Me and Bahagor better get going. Appreciate the chat. Cheers.
Thank you.
Pleasure doing no business, I suppose. But maybe see you in a bit.
Alright. As I leave, kind of like try to like tap one of the dogs, just pat one of the dogs as I go. And leave.
Sure. Hey, mate, you gotta ask first. They could be reactive. They could bite your fucking hand off.
I mean, look at them. They look nice and well trained.
They're just like big, happy, husky type dogs.
Hey, you can have a well-trained reactive dog. My one's not, but you could.
Theoretically.
Theoretically, it's possible.
As we're leaving, and then like we get to quite a big bit of distance from them, I turned to Buzz like, yeah, but to be fair, I wasn't really interested in this place. I just wanted to try to get that Cedric away from them with us, so could, ask him questions. So
I know, but I don't think that was really going to happen unless there is some specific motivator to get in the way. That's not like oh look, a squirrel or something. I'm not convinced, mate. I think we're going to have to think of something bigger if we wanted to corner him. I reckon tonight at the sacrifice, when everyone's distracted, I think that might be our best bet. Does mean we'll miss the sacrifice too, which is a shame. I mean, it's a. Yeah, I wouldn't want to partake in that unless.
Right,
do you want to watch it?
I don't really want to watch it. I mean, I just want to speak to someone about it. In there. Anyway, let's go speak to the rest of the group.
All
I guess we'd have to.
I don't know where they were going for rations. Scratch wouldn't tell me she fucked up before I could give her any coin.
Scratch is probably not too far away. They're probably actually in Triglio, which is the general store here in Targos.
What even is a Triglio?
That's a very good question, to be honest. I guess we can ask the owner. Also, seeing as it's the full moon and all that, if you need somebody to, keep watch while if you want to come in, of course, back to seeing as for some reason you are going to be naked in the snow, but if you want anybody to, be around for cases of rabid wolves and stuff, or things that you don't want to encounter outside when you are without armor, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to be an owl on a branch somewhere.
Thanks.
No props. I just, appreciate people who try to commune with higher things, be it nature or gods. Anyway, let's see what we
sometimes
can
it doesn't
buy here.
always go as well as you'd hope.
That's life, isn't it? Nature can give you berries, and it can also give you frostbite.
It doesn't feel too cold today, though.
No, it's actually a very nice day. It's a shame that this lovely weather is wasted on us in a town, but Jivot.
It's probably more pleasant, even more so because of the high walls and stuff around, so the wind gets broken even more if there was any, like that kind of stuff. Probably, although it's probably like minus 50 out in the wilderness, but probably in here, it's probably, 10 degrees like less, or 10 degrees more, I suppose.
It's nice all the same.
Well,
you almost
it
feel a
is.
little bit smothered in all your winter clothes.
A bit.
You open the door to the shop. Bell, ding, 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 ding. As you can step inside, you see behind the countertop there is a human man. He's a scarecrow-like fellow, and he's just...
Oh my god, this man is made of straw.
He's very skinny, very, very skinny, scarecrow-like. Doesn't move much. As you kind of come in.
Good day.
Hey, how yees be doing here?
Well, pretty good. The weather is nice and things. Do we have any rations we could buy?
Of course I got rations. How many you looking?
I'll quickly double check how much they cost. And while she's in her thing, he's like, give me a check my bag. And as she's looking through it, she'd be like, also, I heard there's some sacrifice happening today. How does that work?
Aye, well, if you be the unlucky type, then your name be getting drawn. And then you be getting drawn out nude. And then sent out onto the lake and the icy water. You better hope for a quick fucking crack at a fall in, rather than waiting for some horrible beastie to stumble across you and rip you to shreds, eh?
Wait, they just send them out. They don't kill them.
Why would we kill them? The sacrifice is for the Frostmaiden. Let her have their fun.
And so it's they just send the person out onto the lake or anywhere.
We normally go for the lake. Instruction is to run as fast as you can until you hit icy water. Let yourself drown. Not advice given by the people who want to sacrifice, more advice by people who know how fucking shite it's gonna be out there and no clothes on. You want it over sooner rather than later.
Gotcha.
That lake is fiercely cold though. Saved my once. And he pulls up some rations, and you see that one of his hands, he does not have a hand. He has a hook for a hand.
Of course he does.
See,
that's why losing a hand is so much cooler than an eye. You can't put a hook in your eye.
I be mighty jealous of your eye patch, lassie. It would really complete my look.
Unfortunately, it's not for sale. Don't want to get snow in the eye socket.
you can wear. Well, anyway, I'll buy 30 pounds of rations, so that's 15
Were you
portions
about to
worth.
fucking suggest I should wear an eye patch even though I don't have an eye? That is... People like you. You know, just... That's a disability right there that you're just trying to emulate and take advantage of. I don't have a hand! Except for this one. This one is a functional hand. But this one is not a hand anymore.
I would like to state for the record that I don't have an eye under here.
Hey, well, you know, I could tell by your tone that you would not be some horrible person who might try to, you know, what's it called whenever you know, appropriate a disability. That's what you, of course you would know.
Well, I'm not appropriating anything. I was
Guys
just
woke as
suggesting-
fuck.
Yes, and Hunray, woke as fuck.
Can I buy 15 portions of rations, please? Thank
Aye,
you.
that'll cost you a little bit. But of course you can if that is what you wish to purchase.
What is a triglio and are you selling them?
Triglio? It's not a thing you can really sell. It's a shanty that we used to sing, or at least on my boat, when we were hard at work.
Oh.
It goes something along the lines of Triggly low lads and hoist up the line. Triggly low lads and bring on fishers in. Triggly low lads and da 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 da. It goes on and on. And we kind of just, you know, riff a bit for a while until we, you know, the rhyme doesn't work anymore. And then we go back to the start and we go again.
Like a miner's song.
Yeah, you know, that's what a shanty is about, keeping rhythm, keeping tone, keeping spirits up, keeping morale up, and keeping hands on fucking stumps, or, you know, whatever that may be.
Well, thank you. Do you have anything that could be useful here in the wilds of Icewind Dale? Any good adventure? Anything you recommend we buy if we are planning to, you know,
Hey.
move around in the cold here?
Got fishing poles if you want to do some fishing. I've got snowshoes if you want to be doing some snow walking. Generally, just any kind of basic adventuring gear, really.
Fair. Well, yeah, the rations are grand. Well, yeah, that will do. Thank you.
Sorry, did you say the rations are a grand?
Are grand.
If that's a price that you would like to pay, I would not say no.
No. Grand as in like great.
Ah,
Yeah, it's what you call not intonation. A different way of saying the same word, a synonym.
well, yeah, they be costing you about 5 silver pieces a day.
Yeah.
So that would be much less than a grand, unless you were counting out in copper. Then it might be closer.
I'm not planning to pay a grand. Anyway, well, good luck this evening then. If you're gonna be, what's it called? If your lot is gonna be cast.
So be it. If my name comes up, I died back when those bastards from Termalaine took my fucking hand. You ever tried to wank off with your non-provincial hand? Just not the same. And a hook? What use is a hook?
But couldn't you like carve a hand out of wood that, you know,
And make some kind of what sick a sybil? Of course you would suggest such a thing. You would hide my disability. It disgusts you to look at this hook, doesn't it?
No, but only for the purposes of, you know, wanking off. If you, you know, carved it out in, you know.
The splinters alone that would come to mind are unbelievable.
You could put a glove on it.
What the fuck is wrong with me? I feel I'd rather just pay someone and have it done right.
Well, yeah, fair. That's actually much simpler. way
Maybe
to do
that's
it.
what I'll spend the money you spend these rations on.
Well, all of these rations suddenly don't taste as good.
Well, thank you, sir. We should know less about each other. Have a good day.
Goodbye. Tell your friends.
I feel like that
Wow.
man has a lot of hand-related trauma.
Probably, yeah. I wonder why.
And yeah, you leave the store behind. and probably bump into the rest of your group not too far away.
I
Just
know
in
we
the
didn't
square.
do anything to him, but I want to purify those rations anyway.
I mean, sure, be my guest. It's quite a lot of rations, but yeah, we can do it in the evening.
It's a full
can lay them
moon,
out
good time
all.
for rites anyway.
Yeah.
If anyone has a blade that they want to stop rusting.
Maybe you could do it for my longsword. That would be neat, actually.
I can give it a try, but I'm a terrible dancer.
No probs. I probably won't watch, or I know privacy and all that. But yeah, scratch,
You know, I can't give you a snack every 2 seconds. I'm sorry, baby.
The general store is right out, like next to where the
Yeah, right next to where they were.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she probably like see not Sullivan, fucking Bahagor and
Wrong campaign.
wrong campaign. I'm sorry. Yeah, she see.
Oh look, it's Bodger and the goat sucker.
Bahagor and Bodger like leaving.
Wow.
She waiting. Yeah, there you are. So,
Oh, hello.
So
I would suggest if you go in there, don't bring up the hand.
Yeah, don't bring up the hand.
What hand? What do you mean? What happened? What hand?
He has one hand. He's very conscious of it.
I mean, if I didn't have a hand, I'd be very conscious as well. I mean, what's wrong with that?
I don't know. He just. Seems
Did you make fun about him not having a hand? How sad are you?
Do you think I'm? Do you think I made?
Do you make fun of her for not having an eye? Look at her.
I didn't make fun of anybody from. The
Of course you would say, look at the woman with no fucking eye! You hear him inside the store window.
Scratch is like, what the fuck? So, no,
What is that woman over there screaming? I don't know.
right. Anyway, any luck with
Hey.
with our friends?
I'm not self-conscious about the eye, you know. You do rapier training blindfolded, it's a risk you take.
Pretty badass, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, imagine if you have 2 eyes. It'd be an extremely good fighter. Anyway, yeah, I mean, we want to find out about a potential. Was it temple? What was it again?
A tower. I think.
It's a
Tower.
tower.
A tower. Yeah.
Very.
A
I
potential.
can get
I-
a drink while you guys
a
discuss.
tower.
I love
It's the
that
circle
both
of-
Bahagor and Bill get about 15% of whatever they're told.
Yeah. It's true.
It's not even like you're not listening. I can see you listening, but it just all just goes like, swoop.
No, I think it like goes through one ear
Yeah.
and like right out the right.
Yeah.
out the mouth.
Attention span is.
Like the residue
problem.
catches on the sides of the empty cavity.
He's like, oh
that,
yeah,
like,
there was definitely something about something.
Anyway, there was a location of a secret tower where you could potentially get some good loot in there. But the one,
where is it?
well, is a secret place. We don't know exactly where it is yet. They want us to pay for the information. But we don't know if that's a legit information or not. And we don't know if it's sold it to someone else. Who knows? But
Okay.
what I was actually trying to do is to try to get a couple of them to take us there. And I try to separate, Cedric, whatever his fucking name is. I wanted to separate him from the group so I could,
And
have a little intimate time. No, our conversation didn't go as planned. I couldn't convince them to do that, but they're willing to sell us the information for 40 gold.
Well, so they're willing to sell us, not go with us then.
Exactly, no.
Okay, but if they went with us, they'd all go with us.
Well, so
Only a couple at a time down to
All
the
of them
tower.
go with us.
All of them would go with us. Only a couple of us of them would go into the tower with us,
Yeah.
and then we could maybe like separate them that way.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
Yeah.
let all of them come. Like, I doubt all will go into the tower, and I'm sure we can find a way to, take him aside during the travel in the tower.
And
after
She
the
can use
tower.
her spell to tell the truth or not. Maybe lock him in the room somewhere.
Yeah, I mean,
And if the worst comes to worst, if you have to kill him, we say he died in a trap or something.
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, let them come to the tower.
Okay, sounds good.
Sure.
Okay, we'll do that then. And you guys, what did you get any rations?
We just bought. I bought 15 portions of rations.
It's good. It's very
So
good.
all in all, we have currently 18 days worth of supplies on us.
Right then,
Oh shit! Actually, she would go back inside, and
Oh, God.
She would try and sell the undamaged pelt that we kept, an undamaged wolf pelt.
They don't give the undamaged pelt to the
No, we gave the
goblins?
damaged one. To
Damaged
the
one
goblins.
and the food.
Undamaged, sorry, undamaged there. Yes, okay.
Do you have a
Oh,
price
so-
associated? Do you have a price associated with the undamaged pelt?
Nope.
Okay.
So sorry, I forgot we wanted to say something. Look, and she would pull out this lovely undamaged wolf pelt.
Aye, that there be from a beast that walk on the four legs. I can tell that it had all of its appendages based on the fact the fur would cover that. How I envy him.
No way to know how many eyes it had, though.
Well, it could clearly the head has been skinned as well, I assume. Or did you just leave that?
Yes, but
The eyes were taken out.
yeah, a pelt doesn't have eyes, it just has hollows.
Hey, but it has two hollows.
I have 2 hollows.
Oh, I said
Unfortunately, only one of them
sorry,
still has
I
the
assumed you meant the
eyeball
wolf
in.
might have had 4 or 5 eyes, not that it had less than 1. Or less than 2. I suppose it could have been a blind wolf. Let me see here what value that would be fair to give.
Also, can we clip Harna's one-handed shopkeeper shtick?
You don't need to clip it, it's all saved, buddy.
Yeah, but then we lose all the good moments in all of the many hours of everything else.
One day we'll...
Not saying it's not all, top tier content.
Harry, do you know how many times I've watched that one clip of Ryan not understanding where meat comes from?
That was a pretty iconic moment.
What?
If you go onto the clips, and I think it's titled Ryan Struggles. Genuinely, I have watched that clip hundreds of times.
This be very fine wolf pelt. I could part of a gold for it, but that would be all. Still needs tanned, it's only raw.
Yeah, sure. How much?
A gold, as I did say
Gold,
initially,
sorry.
that I could part with one gold.
I misheard you. Yeah, sure. A gold is fine.
He gives you a gold piece. Takes wolf pelt.
She'd keep it. And she'd return to bed. So, yep, just got rid of the wolf pelt. Sold it off. So, yeah, let's go tell our friends that they can come with us to this tower.
When do we set off?
Tomorrow, I presume.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll want to stay for tonight.
Yeah, should he just go and speak
It's
to them
not
and
as
tell them what we're gonna
exciting
do?
as I thought it was going to be. They just shove someone out in the cold.
Oh,
No rites,
But
no
I guess-
sacrificial dagger. I mean, it's barely a sacrifice at that point.
But I guess there's the suspense of the person being drawn randomly.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. I could rescue them. I bet that's like... I bet Alistair would love that.
Did you manage to find out who usually runs this? Who is in charge of this sacrifices?
I imagine it's the... Speaker.
They speak for the town.
They seek for the town.
Speak.
Got it.
Speak for the town.
Sure, I'm gonna go and ask
Look,
the guy.
we'll go ask
Excuse
the
me, Mr. Man
squeaker.
with one hand.
Oh,
Why would you be the one to point out I have a name, you fucking little dirty cunt?
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
that's
just calm down.
Triglio.
Triglio, it's the name of my shop, you arseholes. Why don't you just leave poor Jestin alone?
Anyway, Mr. Handler's over there. Excuse me, sir. Do you know who is in charge of organizing this so-called sacrifices?
That would be the speaker of the town.
I told you it was going to be the Seeker.
The speaker. The seeker.
The speaker. This not be Quidditch, girl.
And where can you find him? Where's the town hall here or whatever? Where can you find him?
Well, if you went to the town hall, you would not find no speaker there. He likes to live the life of luxury. He stays in the Luskan Arms, in the biggest and fanciest room that they have.
That guy called me girl.
Oh.
I'm definitely
Right,
older than
okay.
him.
How old are you, Malice?
Thank you. We're probably gonna go.
How old are you?
Speak to him.
Alice is...
Just a teenager, like 170 years old.
310.
Yeah, you're older than him.
Jesus.
Also,
Okay, mister. Thank you so much for the information. High five. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
I'll high five you, laddie, but it might hurt.
Fine. A high 10, not so much.
also, Malice, what are you serious about? Saving the person who will get chosen today? Because I have an idea how it could be done.
Also, how do you know this is done fairly?
Well, I don't care if it's done fairly, but I have an idea on how to save the poor soul that's going to be picked today.
Maybe we should go. I would like to speak to this to the speaker first to find out more.
Is it
about this.
everyone? Do we get a slip?
Right. No, I don't think so. But all right, how about this? Bago, you try and find out how it goes with the speaker, and I'll make preparations for the evening.
Fair enough. Maybe someone will speak to the caravanners or to let them know our plan to leave tomorrow.
I mean, they're like right there.
Where? Oh, no, they're not right there, are they? Oh, they are. Fuck,
Yeah, they're
they
right
are.
there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I just forgot the distance is just my mind just went away. Anyway, okay.
If you can drop by and tell them they can come along.
It's a miracle that he survived in the wilderness by himself for as long as it took for us to meet him.
I am a fighter, not a guide. Okay.
But yeah. So,
I found you in the
anyway.
wilderness still alive. It's a miracle.
Because I was fighting for my life, not guiding my life.
Not guiding for your life.
I was pretty lost when you found me. Just saying. I was pretty good at surviving.
Bahagor
Anyway,
Bahagor is just only alive due to cold resistance.
It's true.
He's just been wandering that forest for days, like, damn, it's cold.
Cool.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go and I will let them know about our plan anyway.
Well,
Fair enough. Where should I meet you all after?
I'll be at the tavern. If anybody wants to come along and set up my, I guess, plan for the evening to help out the person who's gonna get chosen, feel free to. It shouldn't be that hard. It's just it's gonna be a walk, mostly.
Good.
I'll come with.
All right,
Sure,
good.
it's like
I'll
a
go to the
reverse
Luskan Arms.
sacrifice. I suppose a reverse sacrifice would be creating a person.
Yeah.
It's a neutralized sacrifice.
It's not giving birth, like a reverse sacrifice. I mean, giving life instead of taking life.
I don't think we have time for that, though.
Yeah,
Anyway.
probably not.
Right.
So,
Okay, I mean, you're like 300 years. How old did you say you were again, Malice?
I don't think you're supposed to ask a lady her age, but I'm 310-ish. We don't really count the little ones in between.
And you still have no little ones. I mean, the time is going to run out soon, you know. The biological clock is going to stop, and then look, you're going to be just an old hag. No one was going to want kids, and then you should hurry up. I'm just saying.
I fear if a child came out acting like you, I would have to bash its brains out too quickly.
You'll be a very strong child.
Couldn't
Anyway.
even grow it big enough to eat it. Anyway, Scratch, do we have some place to be?
Conversation and head back into the shop to buy
Right,
something for the
speaker. I'll see you all later. I'll go up. And on the way there, I'll swing by the caravan. I'll tell them I'm gonna meet them in the morning. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Yep.
I'm just saying, we could kill him when we're in between towns, and nobody would be upset.
That's not what goes. High five. Hello.
Right. One sec. I'm gonna go buy a few things. The Scratch would quickly pop back into the shop and she would buy 5 days more worth of rations and cold weather gear.
And make about 37 hand-based puns while she's in.
Yeah.
all on accident.
Yeah, she'd come back, put it out. So, and she start walking like.
Okay, so plan. You turn into a shark, you hide under the ice. When the person walks out onto the ice, you jump up and you eat them, but you just hold them in your mouth for a little bit, and then once everyone's dispersed, you swim away as a shark, and then you can just
No, I think
For context for Malice's plan, I draw you to Targos. Targos, because of the frozen lake, is 2.5 miles from water.
Ah, damn. He said we send them out on the lake, so I assumed it was closer.
As in, a 3-mile walk is like 45 minutes.
in the general direction of the lake.
In 1 hour, they would reach the water. In less than an hour.
He will not survive an hour in the fucking minus 50 degrees.
Also, I presume
Naked.
they do not actually accompany them to the water, right? They just said they let them out. And...
They just
kick them out of the
It's
town.
effectively like being evicted from your town. With no clothes, no gear, no money, no nothing.
That's a horrible way to die.
It's a sacrifice because it's a guaranteed death. Because who the fuck's gonna help someone who's got nothing?
Scratch would be like, alright, so
I feel like
here's
I'd
the
just
plan.
kill myself, right?
But yeah, that's why they recommend go straight for the water and drown yourself.
Yeah.
Or
here's
get
the
lucky
plan.
and find a crack in the ice and fall through. That's literally what the guy said.
I will, basically we'll go out of town, we will put this cold weather gear in a bag with some money and rations, and then when the person is chosen, I will turn into an owl, and using the
Feed them to the bag.
Yeah, and turning the using the telekinesis stone, I'll guide them towards the, place where the food is, so they can get dressed and go elsewhere.
Okay, but why are we getting involved in local cultural practices?
You don't have to. I do not take kindly to Aurel, and I do not take kindly to people being sacrificed to her. So if you want to stay out of this, feel free to. This is more of my.
No. But have you spoken to locals? Because they could move somewhere else in 10 towns and not be
True.
facing.
Maybe
this
they're
kind
kind of excited about the whole thing.
Yeah, maybe it's like a blessing on their family or something. Have you thought about that?
Sometimes drow are sacrificed, and they're always pretty on board with the whole situation.
Well,
It's considered an honor.
Fair. I'll set up the place, and if I deem that the person doesn't want to get fucking sacrificed, I'll help them. If they look like they're looking forward to it, let it be. But either way, if worse comes to worse, I'll have 5 days more of rations and a substitute set of cold weather gear.
I mean, it's
I
not
don't-
like we're going to force them to be saved, I suppose. It's just
So
giving
they can
them the
always say
option.
no. Yeah, I can just tell them, look, if you follow me, I can give you food and clothes. And if they say no, I want to die, they can do that. I won't force them to. It's more like an option. It's not like I'm.
But if Targos is immediately obliterated by a snowstorm after this, I do think we should maybe be careful about pissing off this Frostmaiden.
Scratch as a note, by the way, at this point, you've had this crystal for long enough and you've done enough back and forthing that you've basically been able to triangulate using your basic, lay of the land, that whatever the source of that strange garbling thing is coming from somewhere off this mountain range.
Oh, the voice in your head you gotta follow.
Cool, thank
That
you.
way.
Yeah,
You
I'll
don't know
keep
what it is, you just know it's coming from somewhere in that, mountain range. That marker may not be
Shoot.
accurate.
Gotcha. But yeah. So yeah, if you wanna, So, like, if you want to go for a walk with me, I'll just place it somewhere safe and give an offer of, salvation to whoever's being sacrificed.
All right, I'll come with you.
Thank you. It's lovely weather. It would be a shame not to make some use of it.
Mallow says she'll come with as well.
Yeah, so, and Budget, as there was, there's like, hey, Budget, how do you find Icewind Dale? Like,
Fucking cold, innit?
Yeah, fair.
I mean, it's alright. I mean, it would be nice to wake up and not have to, comb the ice out of my pubes. Just once.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how people still live up here, Because everything seems like a struggle. I don't get it.
But on the other hand, people have lived here for generations. It's not as easy to, pick up your house and move south.
Well, I suppose I very rarely spent more than about a 10-day in one place since I were a kid. So I suppose it's really natural to me to not worry about putting down roots and judging those who do.
You've been on ships for long?
Pretty much my whole life, yeah. Yeah, it was it's the only sort of stable job I could have, to be honest.
Fair. I was on a ship once. I didn't like it. I prefer steady ground.
Fair
Although
enough.
I was a child, so I guess that could have helped. I don't know.
Some people aren't cut out for it. Some people are. It's all in the ears,
Do you have the salt legs? No. Wave legs. The legs where you walk on ships.
Oh, the ships that are out at sea.
And you can walk on them. And then
The
you
ocean
can't walk
legs.
on the land anymore.
Yeah. We tend to call them like ocean legs. But there's probably a snappier word for it. But I'll be honest, we just call them legs because the people don't tend to last very long if they're falling over on the ship.
Yes, but isn't it a thing that if you're there for too long, you can't be on the land anymore?
What, like not allowed?
No, like you can't walk anymore.
I mean, it might be because my legs are shorter than most people's. I thought I'd say it before you do. But I've never had any trouble.
To be to be fair, the Sword Coast is on the Sea of Swords. Or further north it becomes the Trackless Sea, kind of over and on out. So it might be, for someone who travels around this area, it might be more a sea-leggy situation rather than ocean legs.
I mean, I was just making a joke because sea legs was definitely the thing. But
I know. More just as something interesting. I don't know how many oceans there are in Faerun.
It's even funnier to imagine that it's always called seas, but it's still ocean legs.
Well, no, like there are definitely areas that are seas that are not seas in the map. There's like a lake that's called a sea, and it's like these people don't know what seas are.
Who does?
Also,
I like it here. I think it's somewhat of a paradise for a surface drow. Surface, no sunlight. The weather is admittedly not as good as I expected, but it could be worse.
I was about to say, there's not a lot of sun here. And
yeah, I was
guess
warned the second I went above the surface during the day it was going to be very painful, but so far I've been alright.
Also, now that I think of it, I guess people don't really care, or are not so afraid of drow here as they maybe would be down south. So there's too much need. There's surviving here is hard enough without prejudices about where people come from.
Yeah. Our first time on the surface was supposed to carry no weapons and only get by proving the kindness of drow. But I appear to have slightly cheated on both the weapons front and the proving kindness of drow, considering no one really seems to mind.
I'll be honest, I never realised that was a rite of passage. I've never met a kind drow in my life.
Well,
Not even
Elistray doesn't have
temporarily.
quite as many followers as Lolth.
Oh,
Well,
fair enough.
Mixture of a lesser-known god and the fact that Lolth's followers are demanded to kill any non-Lolth following drow on sight, so their numbers tend to shrink quite quickly. Our numbers tend to shrink quite quickly.
well, it's good to hear that at least there are still numbers.
Yes.
Well,
My sect has quite a few.
but
We're not all
it
drow,
seems
of
like
course. Some are escaped slaves, but a good amount.
A good god, it seems. Also, as they're walking, could Scratch try and do a survival check to try and figure out a distance that's reasonable enough for somebody without clothes to walk in the cold, but far enough from the town for people to see that they're putting on clothes and actually
It would be
saving
really
themselves.
funny if Scratch just put it a little too far out and just watched the person slowly freezing to death, fuck.
Fucked it. Well, you can make a perception check, sure.
Perception.
Yeah, and what's the kind of outcome you're hoping for?
She's hoping to figure out an approximate distance.
So it's
to
far
place
away
that.
enough that the people in the town are like, yeah, that guy's gone to go die.
Yeah, but close enough for the person not to actually die while walking there.
Sure. That would probably be either either perception or a medicine check.
I'll do perception and I'll use guidance. 24. But
Could I help
20.
by providing medicine knowledge to it?
Can I help if you like? Give assistance.
I'll roll d20 to see. Yeah, 24. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you have a little look around. You judge probably round about it's good at, with the full moon in Icewind Dale, especially with a night of clear skies, they're gonna be able to see for some distance. There'll be at least dim light pretty far out, at least a good couple of 100 meters. To play it safe, you'd want to be dropping this pouch somewhere around about the half-a-mile mark, just so that they're definitely so far away that they're no longer even really perceptible as to what they're doing,
Cool, yeah, she would find a place, put it in a bundle, put it there. She'd make sure to, there shouldn't be any snow, but she'd try to memorize where it is so she can lead the person there.
Yeah.
I wonder if she has this. Actually, yeah, she will leave a message in Druidic to mark the place.
Okay. Are you doing that? On this giant, open, frozen lake? That you're really banking on this person going the direction you picked.
Well,
Because if they veer off by a degree, half a mile, you're talking... It's going to be a good distance.
She's fine to accompany them as an owl.
Yeah.
It's more for her to know where it is. She will... Alright, wait, what does she have in her fucking inventory? She will...
You know something, Scratch?
Yeah.
I think that there are people here who might be getting a little bit suspicious of your druid meddling. So, if you're planning on accompanying them, fucking words, as an owl, you might want to be a little bit careful, because you could be putting a big target on our backs.
I will do my best. Last time I was an owl, they actually mistook me for Auril herself, so maybe it will be a good thing.
Yeah, but I think they clocked you, mate. I think they knew that you were weaseling around.
I mean, if we're talking about the caravanners, I think they don't really care about the person who gets sacrificed. And the locals
I know, but if there's a bit of coin in it to know who ruined their... all I'm saying is just, maybe be super careful, or lest we get fucked up.
I will do my best. And yeah, Scratch will probably she'll just like look around and try to memorize where it is. She won't leave a message. She'll just like try and recall.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, just make me a general survival check. See how good you're, because it is literally it's barren. You're like in the middle of a frozen lake. 23 is pretty good. 25.
25 with the guidance.
So I would say the DC of finding this thing again, in my opinion, would normally be near impossible if there was snow. There's not going to be any snow, so I would drop it down a bit. So I will say that we'll meet in the middle. The DC to find it again will be a 13. Because of your awareness of the area, the direction it is. But I would have said it would have been a 30 initially if you didn't take the time. -5 because there's no snow is 25, so we'll meet in the middle and call it 13.
Yeah, sure. That's fair. Alright. Yeah, I'm good here, so once it begins. Now that I think of it, if I'm going to be accompanied as an owl, I can just give it to them when I shapeshift. What the fuck?
That's a good point.
Really overcomplicated.
You could do that, yes.
Yeah. She just pick it up.
Awkwardly picks up the package again.
Yeah. Sorry. I overthinked this. I forgot this is something I do. Cool. Yeah, thank you for the walk.
Came all the way out here for nothing. It's fine.
So if you were going to bury like a
space.
large dragonborn somewhere in this wilderness, where would you bury them?
Fucking anywhere.
Under the lake.
I take my chances on flat, icy ground.
Just dump it. Just dump that thing.
Dump him in the forest like a dog.
Yeah.
Oh god, where can I go? I don't know where to go. How do I get home?
Shoot him in the street like a dog.
To be fair, Butcher, now at least I know where I'm gonna probably try and lead them so that they don't see us. So it was not for nothing, it was for less.
That's alright. Give you a bit of thinking space, so it's fine.
Well, let's head back. Sorry.
So when are you planning on leaving?
Sorry, what?
Oh, you don't like it here with the snow and the cold. And there's no ships.
Well, I don't know exactly. I thought about, waking up and not being really cold. And I thought, well, I don't think I'll go anywhere just yet. Because, I don't know, there's quite a lot of interesting stuff around here, even though it is a bit icy. And even though my face has been pelted with more hail during these past few days than it ever has before. But I don't know. I don't know if home's going to be boring now. Been through so much shit. I nearly died. I saved everyone from dying. Maybe apart from you. I don't know. It kind of all happened a bit fast. But maybe I can kind of see now these people that don't leave, why they don't leave. It's not that somewhere else might be better or easier, it's just what they're used to, innit?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, I stay here mostly because I just like it here. I have my family. And, the people around here usually need a guide or, somebody to look out for them on their travels.
Yeah, I suppose.
I suppose if you're born somewhere, you might not even think about leaving unless something really drastic happened.
Well, I wasn't born here per se, but yeah, I can relate.
Wait, where were you born if you weren't born in the cold place with the Yetis?
Well, It's a bit from here. I think it's been a while. Neverwinter, it's called, I believe, the town.
Oh yeah. Been there loads.
And they never have winter there? Why did you come here? Do you want winter? More winter?
No,
The opposite, it always winter.
No, I accompanied my. I think I told you, Bodger. No.
No, you told
no,
me about your
I told you,
parents.
Yeah, no, I accompanied my parents on my father was a merchant. When I was
I'm just wondering why he would want to go somewhere where it's always winter if he lived somewhere where there was never winter.
Well, because people here like to buy things a lot and for high prices because they are scarce. So I accompanied my father up here to Icewind Dale, and when our caravan got attacked by yetis, I got spirited away, kind of like adopted.
I wonder why they didn't just eat you.
Well, me neither. I think Longtooth said that I looked like a small yeti, and like as a child.
It's because you're fucking hench. When you were a child, were you like fucking hench?
Like a 6-year-old, just like...
You're like your dad's bodyguard.
Well, I used to try and fight with my sister, but she didn't like it because she was much smaller than me.
Have you guys seen the comparisons of like normal toddlers with Samoan toddlers?
What?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm imagining. Just like the size of a fucking like 20-year-old.
Oh shit. But yeah. And yeah, I just stayed here.
Have you ever gone back?
No, never really wanted to or needed to. I can imagine it would be quite hard to be a bear down south. All that fur.
They might have like other things that don't have fur.
Maybe, but I'd have to learn new forms, which may be nice one day, perhaps. But for now, I'm only limited to the ones I know. It took a lot of time to, watch the animals to become them.
One day you can come down to the Underdark with me, and maybe you can become a Quaggoth for a little bit.
What?
A Quaggoth. Deep bears.
Oh yeah, oh sure, maybe. I mean, I wouldn't mind going to the Underdark if you'd be willing to guide me there. It sounds like an interesting place for the most part.
I like it a lot.
Well, perhaps I'll get to explore a new place, but I'd say for now let's get back to town, meet up at the tavern and wait for the evening. It's been a lot. It's going to be an interesting affair.
Alrighty, so you're gonna head back towards the tavern in the icy lake behind.
Yep.
Alrighty, you all head back. You eventually link up with Bahagor, who has gone there to speak to the Seeker. But Bahagor and his discussion with the Speaker, if he could get there in the first place, we will pick up with next time and see how successful or unsuccessful that endeavor is before you all regroup. Until then, bye-byes!
Bye, Sibby.